Let's see. Alex Hernandez. Miguel, you mentioned earlier that inexperienced Hexicans will be losing their bags by impermanent loss. How fast do you think that will happen? Not just impermanent loss, but just badly trading or taking too much
Trying to
profits.
do too much.
Yeah. Too soon.
Yeah.
Or like the whole bag will be staked out earning and stuff, and then it's not going to work out or they're down bad. And then, like, the thing is like, you let's just say someone does Pulse PX or Pulse X, right? If you don't move the coins and just leave your LP position there for fucking months on months, you'll be fine because it'll eventually work its way back into equilibrium. And then with the emissions you're getting, you should be able to kind of buy back your positions and you're fine. But for people who are just trading in and out really quickly, they're going to lose on the impermanent loss side on one of the coins. More than likely, they're going to lose Pulse Chain because they're going to lose a ton of Pulse Chain because the way it's going to work is the pulse. It's gonna because Pulse Chain will be going up higher than PulseX, so you'll be selling PulseX token to buy PulseX. So you'll be losing on the Pulse side versus the PulseX side, and it'll end. And then who knows? And then the APYs are only going to be so high for so long, and eventually you basically locked in losses at that point in terms of dollars and stuff. Because it's sort of like when I explained to you guys, like when you're in like something like Phantom USDC. If Phantom runs US or like Jewel or like I think we were talking about Jewel or Crystal USDC on the Crystal side, you're basically giving up 25% of the upside for 25% downside protection. But on these pairs that are coin to coin, sometimes the coins never pump as much, or maybe it takes a much longer time to pump. So some people will get kind of like impatient, take their LPs out, and now they locked in the ratio at that point. And it's just there's just a lot of stuff that could end up happening with that, as well as some people are not going to stake at all, and they're probably going to trade coin to coin on there, and then they're going to do a wrong trade and be down 30% on their position over time, and then as well as sell out and they'll forget to buy back in, and then they miss the lows, and then their just positions are lower. So as an example, let's just say someone has I'm going to say a crazy number, 1 billion tokens, right? Then they trade out, trade back in. They kind of get wrecked a little bit on permanent loss, and then now they have something like 700 million, and then they take some profits and stuff, don't buy back on the lows, and now they're sitting at 400 million. And if they hadn't done so much like kind of crazy stuff, they maybe would have had like 800 million or maybe like 1.4 billion if they bought the low. You have to be paying attention.
KISS strategies are definitely useful in that regard because there's a lot of people. I think Mudhog in the chat says it right. The key is not to get greedy, and also because there's sometimes people are like, I gotta maximize everything, and it's like for some people are able to do that, right? That's great, but sometimes it's like keep it simple, stupid, and stick with the stuff that is going to make you money long term with that, so that you don't get out of position. If you get out of position right out the gate, bro, that's like when you're about to like do a sprint, like you're starting like you're like on the Olympics with like Usain Bolt or something, and all of a sudden like the gun goes and you just like trip and your ass falls right out the gate, like, oh oof, like that's painful, bro. Like all you needed to do was hold at the beginning, right? You didn't even need to do too much. But I think it's important to understand what you can do to maximize your coins over time. Is you just have to do that very calculated.